What is up, everyone? And welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by Moneyball Metrics. You have your normal Monday team here today. You have myself, AlphaDog Bets, here with my guy, JD, from Line Movers, and Jefe from Jefe Picks. Jefe, we're going to start with you. How are you today, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing good. A wild Sunday in football. So many things to talk about, and as always, for every Monday show, super excited to get into it. Of course, there's some baseball news as well over the weekend, but today's football show, and that's what I will be focusing all of my energy on.
Yep, we absolutely love to hear that. JD, over to you. How are you, brother?
Doing good, man. Yes. As far as Sunday was definitely a crazy day in football, but Saturday was maybe even crazier, though. To be honest, but guys, don't worry. Today is a football show, but it is also a baseball show. We actually will be going over the MLB playoff games, so do not worry there. But yeah, man, doing good. How are you?
Oh, living the dream. Living the dream. It was a crazy day yesterday, and I'm excited to dive into it. Jefe, the Monday show is your show. Everyone knows this is what you live for, is the Monday show. So we throw it over to you. You are quarterbacking the Monday show, as you always do. So, Jefe, without further ado, take it away.
All right, guys. Well, just like every other Monday, it's time to go over the Sunday slate in football. And honestly, when you were watching it probably in real time yesterday, you might have thought to yourself multiple times, "Damn, this is probably the crappiest football Sunday we've had thus far." You're always due for one, but when you kind of sit back and you look at all the games, really the results, so many storylines, and we'll start where we kind of have to start. Giants Saints. Um,
Really?
I Yeah, I thought to myself that is pretty much exactly how I thought the game was going to go. I didn't think Dart would look that bad, but then again, we have to keep ourselves in rein. It was this guy's second NFL start. Saints got to have some film on him, which is something that the Chargers didn't, and I think that showed. He made some rookie mistakes. He definitely put the Saints in a position to win the game, and I give Saints credit for taking that and actually winning the game.
Yeah.
That's all. Anything from you, especially on the Dart Giant side?
Giants had a 14-3 lead in this ball game. So to see the final score being 26-14, you know exactly what happened after the 14-3 start for the New York Giants. We saw the first performance by Jackson Dart, where, let's be honest, he looked fantastic in game one. We saw a rookie quarterback in game two yesterday against the Saints on the road. He just did not look like the same guy. His numbers don't reflect how bad of a game it really was for Jackson Dart. If you just take a look at the numbers on the surface, he had 40 passing attempts, completed 26 of them, not a terrible completion percentage. He had 2 touchdowns on the day, but the 2 interceptions, one of them I didn't mind. It was a fourth down. He launched it down the field. It was essentially a punt. But when he scrambled and the ball hit his knee and he fumbled there, that was a catastrophic play that you don't see really veterans make. And Cam Scatabo, also really bad game from him. So the Giants on the offensive side were very disappointing. On the defensive side, the Giants have done what, unfortunately, they are susceptible of doing, giving up home run plays, deep ball plays, game-changing, game-breaking touchdowns, and just seemed to bite them in the ass yesterday. JD, what did you think about the game?
Yeah, man. We talked about this game on what was it Friday, and the main point that I made is I really don't know what's going to happen here.
Yep.
Because I could see where it was. To me, it just seemed it just really seemed like a toss-up game. And it like you just said, the Giants jumped out to that lead, and I was kind of like, oh shit, you know, uh, you know, and then yeah, Saints just took over from actually there. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like really don't have much from that game. Just like I said, the only takeaway I guess really is was Dart. That's the only thing I think I was really looking at there in that game was just how Dart was going to actually do.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, that still leaves us with. I'm definitely interested to see now about how he does the next few starts here.
And, we also haven't seen his deep ball being successful. This is something he was very good at in college, was slinging the ball. And yesterday there was I believe it was a flea flicker. I believe it was Darius Slayton who cleared the final defender by 10 yards-ish. And he underthrew the ball so poorly and didn't give him even a chance to make a play. That was a disheartening throw, I would say, on Jackson Dart. A lot of throws yesterday you looked at and were like, what? We haven't seen you make any like this so far in Big Blue. So interesting there, and I don't think it was a great day from Jackson Dart. But as Jefe said, He's a rookie. He looked like a rookie for the first time in his career yesterday, and these kind of games will happen to rookie quarterbacks. It's inevitable. So, Jefe, what other thoughts do you have on the game before we keep it rolling?
Nothing really. You guys broke it down perfectly. This was a game that I think the Saints were the right side. Their game on Jackson Dart. Defense did let us down a little bit. And at the end of the day, we just got to see cleaner football in the offense. I think that'll come with time. I think more. Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Let's keep moving, guys. Let's talk about Broncos Eagles next. And Monzi put something in the chat. I don't really understand what he means by foul play. I thought it was just ballsy coaching by Sean Payton, knowing that a tie game really means nothing. And he wanted to give himself a chance to be in a position where even if the Eagles went down the field, got a field goal, his team could then be in a position to go down the field after that and get a game-winning field goal, not have an overtime situation. He was thinking three plays ahead, 3 possessions ahead. I give him a lot of credit for that. At the end of the day, yesterday was the first time you saw Jalen Hurts throw the ball a lot, and yesterday was the reason that they don't let him throw a lot. He did not look good on the deep ball, and the Broncos are a great defense, and they definitely made that known. I think there's something that nobody's really talking about that I want to bring up in terms of this game, and not just this game, but the Eagles in general. I saw the stat. You know what? Saquon Barkley last year only had 5 games where he didn't hit 100 yards.
You beat me to it.
He already has 4 in 5 games this year.
It's crazy.
I'm starting to think the Eagles might have an offensive line problem, guys.
Bro, it's 5 and 5 games.
Oh, 5 and 5 games.
It's all 5 games. I have the stats up right here because it's exactly what I was going to bring up.
And that's what I wanted to let you guys speak to. Jalen Hurts this, Jalen Hurts that, can't throw this, whatever. A.J. Brown upset here, there. The Eagles' offensive line has been the pillar of their team dynamics, honestly, for the last few years, even taking it back to the old Super Bowl, the old regime. The offensive line, the tush push, that's what it's all about. But the offensive line, if the offensive line is not dominant, they become a super one-dimensional team. And Hurts has proven to you now he can't throw the ball. I'll let you guys take it from here.
JD, you want to jump in there?
Yeah, to start off, as far as actually like Monzi's point there, as far as the numbers, when you really look at them, teams should go for the 2-pointers when there's like a good amount of time left. And actually not wait until that like last play
on the road, especially as well, which they were in.
So that's what the numbers say. But like Jefe said, most coaches don't have the balls to actually do it.
Right, because you're thinking 3 possessions ahead, and that's a crazy move, but it's smart. How many times, even last night, right? Last night, Bills get that field goal. You look at the clock, you're like, all right, here you go again. Because kickers are kicking, let's say you get around 50, you're pretty much in the range.
Yep. But besides that, this game, the Eagles are back to kind of what we talked about the first few weeks. The Eagles are just not as good as what most people think they are.
Couldn't agree more.
Yes, as far as the offensive line, yes, they're having troubles there. But as far as the new OC guys, like I'm like telling you, the play calling, to me, a lot of it comes down to actually that also. And as far as Hurts, when you look back and you've seen when Hurts has done really well in the passing game, it's been a lot of like when you've seen like the big throws, it's been a lot of A.J. Brown doing something like great. So if A.J. Brown is not, or either like Smith, if they're not making some like crazy play, then like there's really not a lot going on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like actually my like main takeaway there is the Eagles still are the team that we were kind of thinking that they were, and that is just an overrated team still. The Broncos did play well though. They're actually definitely coached well. The Broncos, I had actually downgraded them quite a bit. I may have been a little bit harsh there. I maybe should not have downgraded them quite as much as I did. So yeah, that is what I have there.
Yeah, this one's very interesting to me. This one's very interesting because I've been coming on the show all season long and saying the Eagles don't look like the same caliber team, right? They don't look like the Eagles we're used to. And yesterday was the epitome of what I've been saying all season long. The Eagles in the fourth quarter lost 18-0 of that game yesterday. they had such a big lead going into that fourth. They had a 14-point lead, and they absolutely blew it. And then you take a look at the numbers. The Eagles dropped back and passed the ball 38 times yesterday. They had a lead the entire game. Let me repeat that. They dropped back and passed the ball 38 times while they had a lead the entire game. Saquon Barkley got 6 carries in the game. 6 carries for 30 yards. He averaged 5 yards per carry. He got 6 carries. The Eagles ran the ball outside of a Jalen Hurts scramble 9 times. 9 times in the ball game when the identity of this team was running the ball down your throat. When they batter and bruise your defensive line and run the ball down your throat all game, they then run the play action and take the ball over the top of the defense. It's hard to do that when you don't run the ball. It just doesn't make sense what this Eagles team is doing. The offensive line is not performing to the caliber we're used to seeing them play at. And just overall, this Eagles team does not feel like the team we are used to seeing, and at least the team we're used to seeing with the Eagles. Do you guys feel like this is a different team this year? I know the offensive coordinator has changed. I know some personnel has changed, but the bulk of the guys are still there, and they just don't look like the same team that we're used to. Jefe, over to you. What do you think?
I think that the Eagles are very fortunate to be in a division that's nobody's running away with it right now. I think they'll be fine, but I really am worried about just nobody should be scared of the Eagles right now. No, nobody.
I couldn't agree more.
They are so one-dimensional. You should have no fear going even into Philly and thinking you have a chance to beat them. And that, I think, is the worst thing they have going against them, because they're gonna be playing inferior teams. They're gonna look at them and be like, we can beat these guys. We just gotta make them one-dimensional. We just gotta load the box and force Hurts to beat us.
What do you think that the rumors that A.J. Brown wants to trade, that Devontae Smith is unhappy with his role, do you think that's taking a toll on this team? Because maybe that's why they decided to pass the ball this much. Maybe this was you know what? Let's see if we can get A.J. Brown more involved, get him happier with the organization. Maybe we get Devontae Smith more involved. And you could see that by their target share. So Devontae Smith had 10 targets on the game. He caught 8 of them for 114 yards. He had a fantastic game. But A.J. Brown, on the other hand, he had 8 targets, was only able to catch 5 of them. And he only had 43 yards in the game. So very interesting to see that. What are your thoughts about that? Do you think maybe that's why they kind of pushed the pass so much, is because of all the rumors that came out that both of their star receivers are extremely unhappy?
I'd be very disappointed if that was the key, because you cannot let the players lead the locker room. And we'll get into this in another game where nothing pisses me off more than players being coddled. It's about time that these coaches took control of their team and their playmaking, right? You got to do whatever it takes to win the game.
I couldn't agree more, but it just doesn't seem like that's the case.
Back to your original question, I'd be shocked if A.J. Brown got traded. Shocked. Truly shocked.
Well, but he doesn't seem necessary for this team. You know what I mean?
I actually totally disagree. I think the reason that they can be so effective in running is because A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith both need a safety above them. Like one-on-one, they both should torch. You take one of them away, then Devontae's getting double-teamed every single game. I don't even know who the wide receiver 3 is off the top of my head, but I'm sure it's somebody of lesser talent, thus making life hard on everybody. Also, what is A.J. Brown's honest value? It's a huge contract. What are they going to get back? A 5th rounder?
No. What are you, out of your mind? They would get a pretty hefty return for A.J. Brown. What was the return on DK Metcalf? Because it would be significantly better than the DK Metcalf return.
I can't
DK
remember.
Metcalf, I think it was a second. Yes, it was a second. This would be a completely different deal. A.J. Brown would garner a much higher price tag than DK Metcalf, in my opinion.
You know what? And actually, speaking of that, that would be a great UFC fight.
DK Metcalf versus A.J. Brown?
Yeah, man, that would be.
JD is still buzzing off the Pereira knockout from Saturday night, apparently, with where he's going on this one. But yeah, that's my thoughts there. I do think A.J. Brown may get moved because of his contract and where he stands. They don't really utilize him to the money they're paying him, and they need to reallocate that money to more offensive line talent because they're shaky there.
I just have to say this right now. Breaking news, John Morant is out indefinitely. You're saying that it's week to week, but the tagline is out indefinitely. That's interesting. That is just hilarious.
David put up a book, so I have not read it.
Gosh.
So if there's anything bad in it, I apologize. I could not write. I had to put it big screen to read. Pulling back the curtain. Full disclosure here. I had a fire alarm go off from 3:30 in the morning until 5 in the morning.
Right. David is 100% right in his analysis there. They don't have an identity.
Back to my point. Yeah. I had a
All right,
fire
let's
alarm
keep
go
moving.
off from 3:30 in the morning till 5 in the morning, guys. So I may have to put up your comments on the screen to read them because everything is hard to read in small print when you're up all night due to a freaking fire alarm. So I apologize about that. To David's point, the penalties were brutal, and this team really has struggled. So we'll have to see more of what happens going forward.
All right, boys, let's keep moving. I'm going to skip the Texans-Ravens game because just like Baltimore did, we have nothing really to show up for in that one. God bless them until they get healthy. That's a team that doesn't even exist to me. And hopefully Lamar gets back sooner rather than later, or else they will lose their ability to make the playoffs. JD,
wait. Are we going to get
why? JD, tell us why you are once again going to go on here and tell us that Ravens plus 12,000 to win the Super Bowl is fantastic.
I was waiting to see if you were going to add a little more today on your future.
To win the division, they are still favored.
Are they really?
Why are they still favored?
It makes no sense. Let me pull up the odds.
They are literally still favored. I believe that they're minus 105, and then you can get the Steelers at plus 130. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. Minus 105 for the Ravens. Well, it's because they're in the most dog shit division in football. You got the Bengals and the Browns in there, and I mean,
dude, Ravens can't beat. I mean, with just how injured they are, I don't know. Like, I mean.
I don't think they get a win anytime soon.
All right. I mean, like the only team they could beat was with like the Titans, like maybe. I mean, that like number to me is just kind of crazy. I do need to look at when they're expecting kind of like people to really come like back. I haven't really looked actually at that. But yeah, just still seeing them favored to win the division at what? They're 1-4, right?
Yeah.
That seems kind of crazy to me. So
they do have a bit of a cupcake coming up on your schedule. You take a look. They play the Rams this week. That's not the cupcake. After that, they have the Bears. No, after that, it's the Bears, the Dolphins, the Vikings, the Browns, the Jets, Bengals.
Yeah, but after next week, after the Rams game, they go into a bye week, and I think that's huge for them in terms of health.
And then when they come back after that, it's Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals. Those are every single one of those. They will probably be favored to win with half the guys returning. What's up, Connie?
Yep, a good point. All right, guys, let's keep moving. Got to talk about this game because I feel like there's a lot to talk about. Jets, Cowboys. Here's my honest take. Some way, somehow, Dak Prescott's having an unbelievable offensive season. And he's probably going to get overlooked for any type of an award that could be given his way. But
I don't know. He might win comeback. He might win comeback player of the year.
Yeah,
he's high up on those. I'm going to bring that back up, those odds, because probably the game we're talking about next, my pick for comeback player of the year is the quarterback of that team. I'll put it that way. But I'm trying to pull it up here to see what the update is. Dak has jumped. Holy shit! I have not looked today. Did not plan on going into this, but. Last week, Dak had the 5th best odds to win the comeback player of the year. He's now number 1 and has jumped Christian McCaffrey, who had a massive lead in that department. So it does look now that Dak is the favorite to win that award. Dak is plus 330. McCaffrey's plus 240. Then it's Aiden Hutchinson plus 250. They're all right next to each other. And then the only other guy in competition for the award right now is my selection, Indiana Jones, at plus 500.
Dak, too. I mean, he had a great game. 237 passing yards.
He's been unbelievable.
Javonte Williams ran for 135, and that's all mighty dandy. Guys, when are the Jets going to get a freaking win? Because it is getting real dark, real fast. I'm going to give you the lay of the land. This week, they are in London against a Broncos team that just beat Philadelphia. That's probably not going to be it. That is a really bad matchup for the Jets. The week after, I'm going to go to the next 2 weeks after, because then they have a bye week. So they're 2 shots, guys. Carolina and Cincinnati. And then they have a bye week, and then they see the Browns, who, say what you want about the Browns, still one of the best defenses in the league.
By the way, you better, I know you're quarterbacking here. I better get the Bengals game in your list, because I got a lot to say about it.
Oh, yes,
so
yes.
Putting that out there.
That's a further game. All I just want to get everybody's opinion on you two is, they got to get a win before the bye week, because if you go into the bye week 0-8, somebody, and what I mean somebody is multiple, probably every coordinator has to get fired, because you can't keep doing it. It's
a new regime. You cannot fire a new regime.
These are really bad mistakes they're making. They're self-inflicting. Penalties are up. Turnovers are up. Their whole identity is supposed to be a strong defensive team. They let Javonte Williams go for 135 on them. Forget about Dak having a good game. Javonte Williams went for 135. They keep making dumb mistakes. They had a turnover on special teams that set up a score. The Jets look really, really, really bad. And the spotlight's only going to get brighter now that the Titans got their first win. And we'll definitely talk about that game. And that they're the lone winless. Thoughts?
Yeah. No, JD, take it away.
Yeah, just kind of restart back at the beginning here. Yeah, as far as Dak, we've talked about it every single week. And I've talked about how good he's playing. Yeah, he showed it again, man. This actually offense is so good, and they're doing it without Lamb.
This would be amazing, by the way. If they give the defensive guy the play calling abilities, that would. I don't think we'd ever see a pass again from Justin Fields. He would turn into a full running back if that was the case.
Yep.
But yeah, as far as the offense here, like we've said the whole entire season so far, is they are going to be good. They're going to be good in pretty much every game. It doesn't really matter who they face. The offense is going to be able to put up points. Thing is here, the Jets made that defense look really fucking good, guys.
Which was funny because they're so bad.
Which is very funny. So to me, that's the point that for me is okay, this Jets team is really not good. That first game, that was against the Steelers, right? When that week 1?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Where that was such a high-scoring, close game, and we were like, oh, shit, this Jets team, they actually may have something here. I think that was kind of like a Detroit Lions actually week 1 game where it was just a fluke.
Yep.
And the Jets are they're in a bad spot.
I just don't understand their play calling. You have Justin Fields, right? You have Justin fucking Fields. You had him drop back and pass the ball 46 times. Granted, I know the score played a factor in that, but in the beginning of the game, they were just still dropping back and passing all game. Justin Fields had a QBR of a 24.2. So, take that for what you want, but he was okay. But he threw the ball 46 times. They ran the ball with Breece Hall 14 times for 113 yards. That's an 8.1 yards per carry average. Justin Fields ran the ball 7 times for 26 yards. That's only a 4 yards per carry average. But they were running the ball pretty successfully. Why is Aaron Glenn turning Justin Fields into a guy who's throwing the ball 46 times? I don't care what the score is. I don't care who you're playing. You had to run the ball because it was working. Breece Hall averaged 8.1 yards per carry. If they gave him the ball every fucking play, they would have moved the ball up and down the field the entire game. So what are they doing in New York?
Can I ask a question before we move on? This is serious, guys. I'm not messing around. Do they even consider a QB change?
No. We saw what it looked like because we saw what it looked like with Tyrod. Because we saw what it looked like with Tyrod.
I'm going to take it back to the offseason. I really want to take it back to the offseason. Once the second they signed Justin Fields for 2 years, $40 million, $20 million a year for a QB, which is not a lot in today's age, you were being told we're gonna gamble. He's either going to be a franchise, he's going to be a bridge. Well, the bridge is breaking. And obviously, you're not talented enough to really be a top echelon team this year. We knew that. But why are they just going to keep rolling it out then? They know they're not his future. He's not their future. Why? I think Tyrod, honestly, probably has better football IQ. Maybe he's not as mobile as Justin Fields.
That's definite.
Is that what they need right now? I just think they need a better decision maker back there.
Maybe if this was 3 years ago, Tyrod, he's not the same guy, dude. We saw him start for them, and they were just as equally terrible, if not worse. Tyrod Taylor's 36 years old, turning 37, very fragile at this point of his career. The 2 games that he started, one of them was not started. He came in and played the bulk share of it, was against Buffalo, where they lost 30-10. The other game he started actually isn't as bad. If you look at the numbers, maybe you are correct. They lost 29-27 in that thriller against Tampa, but that had also a lot to do with the block kick return for a touchdown. The offense still looked like shit. When he was back there for a full game, he had 26 completions for only 197 yards. At least Justin Fields is breaking some long runs and creating plays, has a bunch of touchdowns, is more of a threat than Tyrod. With the offensive line that the Jets have as well, with the injuries that they have, you need somebody mobile. That's why they got Justin Fields, somebody who could run and extend plays. Tyrod's just not that guy anymore, in my opinion. If they had a better option, maybe, but I just don't think that's the guy for them. JD.
All right.
Sorry, I was doing something else. Are we talking about Justin Fields?
We are talking about Tyrod Taylor potentially overtaking the starting job from Justin
Yeah.
Fields.
No, I just don't see that like in any way.
I don't either.
I mean, they would have to be like 0-13 or some crazy shit like that. And yeah. That like I think Justin Fields is definitely locked in, actually, like into the number one spot there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, moving on from somebody who's not the guy to somebody who's proven every damn week that he is 100%, possibly not just the guy for this year, but possibly the guy. And that is Indiana Jones, Mr. Daniel Jones of the Indianapolis Colts. I think I'm officially starting to believe in him. I'll be very honest with you. I know that the Raiders are not that great. And I'll be honest with you, that's looking like a really bad signing for Geno, who can't stop throwing interceptions.
He sucks.
But I don't think we thought that the Raiders were going to be really in it this year. I didn't think they'll be this bad, but they're bad. But the Colts defense and the Colts offense is humming. That's all you could say. Daniel Jones is in control, and his passing ability is creating insane lanes for Jonathan Taylor, who's looking like RB 1, 2, and 3 all combined into one.
Yep.
But how do you? I guess my question is, how do you guys feel about the Colts? They are 4-1. You can't overlook that. Their 4 wins have not exactly been against the top tier of the NFL, and the one loss, in my opinion, is against a team that I do consider in that tier, in the Rams. So how do you guys view the Colts right now, 5 weeks in?
The Colts are a playoff team, and they're an absolute threat at the AFC South. I think they're absolutely going to run away with the AFC South as well. I think they gain a full game lead after today, a little prelude to what I'm looking at later. But I don't think the Jaguars are going to keep up with them. When you take a look at the points for and points against tab for this division, the Texans have scored 73 points. They've allowed 141. The Titans. The Texans have scored 108, and they've allowed 61. And the Indianapolis Daniel Joneses have scored 163 points and only allowed 89. This offense looks absolutely fantastic. They're 4-1 on the year, 3-0 at home. And at home, this team has been unbelievable. The thing that stands out the most to me is Daniel Jones' limitation of turnovers. He only has 2 picks on the year. He has the number 1 QBR of any quarterback in football. Let me repeat that. Daniel Jones has a 79.6 QBR. That is the number 1 ranked QBR in the NFL. He is 3rd in the league in yards with 1,290. What is this guy not doing? He's top 5 in every major category you want from him. He's been rushing the ball fantastically. He's been finding the end zone with his legs, and he's not turning the ball over. He's been beyond impressive. So that's my thoughts on the Daniel Jones-led Colts. JD, what are your thoughts?
As far as my power rankings go, I've moved the Colts up into the number 6 spot. So that should tell you a lot. I was kind of waiting to keep seeing more of them,
I think everyone was. I think everyone's in that boat.
And they just keep getting it done. Jones keeps looking great. I do have them ranked as the 6th best team in the entire league currently. So, man, I'm definitely ready to see if they can keep this going here.
And they've been drafting well as well. I mean, Jonathan Taylor's looking like a top 3, maybe even the top back in football this year with the numbers he's putting up. And then you take a look at the other pieces they've added to the mix. You take a look at Tyler Warren. He's looking like one of the cream of the crop of the draft class. He's been absolutely fantastic. And Daniel Jones is slinging the ball to guys named Ashland Doolin, to guys you haven't heard of, to these receivers that he is making into solid players. So very impressive what Danny Dimes has been doing. And as a Giants fan, I know a lot of Giants fans are depressed about, like, oh, woe is me. I'm happy to see him do well. I'm very happy to see him do well. Jefe, what are your thoughts about the Indiana Daniel Joneses?
I have no words because I never saw this coming. And I'll be really honest with you. How is Anthony Richardson still a Colt?
Who wants him?
We're going to get into it. You cannot keep throwing out Jake Browning. He made Jamar Chase put up Travis Hunter numbers yesterday. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at Jamar Chase's box score. His receptions, touchdowns, and tackles. Because he had 3 tackles.
Yeah.
Because on every single Jake Browning possession, somehow he tackled the person. Daniel Jones, I think the person that is not getting the most love for this is Shane Steichen. The the guy was supposed to be a quarterback whisperer when he went over to Indy. And correct me if I'm wrong, he was the Eagles OC, right? Like the old Eagles
Yes,
OC, I think,
yes,
when
yes,
he first
yes,
went
yes,
over
yes,
there.
yes.
And this is a guy who, honestly, I think he was Carson Wentz came over there and
Yes.
failed. And then obviously they went out and got Anthony Richardson, who was a project of all projects, which this is a whole conversation from the time. Can we stop drafting college quarterbacks who have like 7 starts to their name?
Unbelievable.
Can we maybe like understand that you need a little bit more tape on people? I don't think football is like basketball. You could draft somebody at 18 and then literally have them for 4 years, and at 22 they're ready to go.
Yeah.
In football, when you have to stay already for 2 years and you come into the league at 2021, by 25 years old, baby boy, you either there or you ain't.
Yep.
Not everybody's going to get the Sam Darnold experience or the Baker Mayfield experience.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that shit. And there's so many examples of players being drafted so ridiculously high. And with like less than 10 games played, I mean, we do a whole show on these types of players. Don't even get me started on who the hell's the dude I'm blanking out on? 49ers took him from North Dakota. He's Trey Lance.
Who?
Why?
No.
Why? Like what? Moving on. All right, guys. Moving on.
Before we leave this game, I do want to talk for 1 minute. And David put it in here. Daniel Jones plus 500 for comeback player of the year is his favorite bet of the board, best value. I've been screaming about that for a couple weeks. Also, you were just talking about Shane Steichen, how he's not getting enough love. Right now, he is the head coach. Right now, he is the runaway coach of the year by the odds. I agree with you.
Can you look up something for me?
Yes.
Look up Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles is plus 2,000 for coach of the year.
It's weird.
Shane Steichen's plus 250. The second,
year, right?
Yes, the second shortest odds to win coach of the year are Liam Cohn at plus 600. So Steichen plus 250, Liam Cohn plus 600.
How about Vrabel?
Vrabel plus 1,000 right now. He's sitting at tied for fourth best odds, shortest odds. But when you look at that, I mean, we got to talk about comeback player of the year, guys, because here are the people that are ahead of Daniel Jones and why I think Daniel
I'm
Jones
sorry,
is
Alpha. We already spoke about this. If Dak keeps doing this, it's Dak's award to lose.
As of now,
he's putting up video game numbers.
But at the end of the day, he's coming back from an injury, and you're talking about a guy that was kicked off his roster, went to a practice squad as that was starting quarterback, and may lead the Colts to a division title. I think it's worth a flyer at plus 500 because I don't think the Cowboys are going to win the division. I think the Eagles will pull away with it later in the season. I do think the Colts will pull away with it as well.
That's valid. That is a valid point, and that's exactly. And somebody put in the chat. And when we get to this game, the Buccaneers game, please remind me to speak about why taking a Bucs future is better than putting money on Baker for MVP. Just please remind me to speak about that during that game. Let's move on. I want to touch on this game because, in my opinion,
hang on. What? When I spoke a second there. As far as that price, plus 500, Alpha, all the points you're saying are very valid. I completely understand. If it's going to be an offensive player, though, I do think it's going to be Dak because of actually where he plays. I think that has a lot to do with it, but I still think that is going to be a defensive player, though. I do think Aiden is still going to.
Well, he's the only defensive player out of the top 10 in the shortest odds. So let me quickly go over the
top of my head, I don't even know what type of stats he's putting up this year.
Yeah, let me quickly. He has been good, but let me quickly go over the players that are here, and one of them just made the list that I have not seen. That's wild. But Dak's plus 230. Then CMC is also plus 230. Aiden Hutchinson is the only defensive player on the top 20 list. Actually, on the top 30. He's the only player on the top 20 that's a defensive player.
Who's the guy you were just referencing?
Darren Waller has flied up the boards to plus 2,000 out of nowhere. He has not been on this list. So interesting. He has been fantastic. But to me, the comeback player of the year award is not from a really good player coming back from injury, like Dak Prescott, like Aiden Hutchinson. Yes, but these guys were elite before that happened. For me, it's a guy like Daniel Jones. Look at the story. If he leads them to winning the division and they're a perennial contender, how is it not Daniel Jones? How is it not?
Can you guys remind me last year that who won Coach of the Year? Was it KOC? And if it was KOC,
I don't remember.
if it was KOC,
Yeah, it was KOC.
Did Darnold win comeback player of the year last year?
I don't believe he did. Did he? Let me see.
Comeback
player of the year 2024. Such a shit award. Joe Burrow.
No, I want nothing. Never mind. Moving on. That's absolutely ridiculous. I was going to
That's
say Darnold one
ridiculous.
and KOC one. That
It
is a
should have been.
direct
It
Shane
should have been.
Steichen, Daniel
It
Jones
should have been.
situation. All right, guys. Moving on. I want to talk in this game because quietly in the 1 o'clocks, this was the best game we saw. Dolphins Panthers, and I just want to say the Panthers are on their way. On their way to what? I don't know, but I do think that Bryce Young is not shit, and I do think that he can actually be a starting quarterback in this league moving forward. I think they obviously have to build up an offensive line. I think that the Dolphins have their own issues, but I liked the game-winning drive that Bryce Young put on. I
That's such a good fucking point. That is such a good fucking point.
I was just wondering if you guys had anything to say about that game from either side.
I just want to see this picture of JD for a moment. Look how hot he looks in this picture.
So sexy.
Look how good he looks in this little thing he's got going on. So what question did you ask? I was too busy looking at beautiful JD.
What are your thoughts on the Panthers?
2-0 at home. 2-0 at home. That was an unbelievable game yesterday, but let's not act like the Dolphins are a good football team in 2025. They're dog shit as well. This was a toilet bowl game. But Bryce Young's not bad. I think he's got a future in this league. I agree with you that he is a starter. The Panthers may not be a team you want to play at Carolina. They've looked pretty good there. They dominated the total yards in this game. They had 420 yards in the game compared to Miami's 250. The only difference was that the Panthers had a couple turnovers and the Dolphins had no turnovers. So that's what kept them in the game. But what an outstanding performance by the Panthers to have resilience and to win that game. Xavier Leggett, unbelievable catch in the end zone. I do like this Panthers team's easy to root for, right? They're an easy team to root for. But at the end of the day, I still think their team lacks a ton of talent across the board. They just do. Rico Dowdle, by the way, 23 carries, 206 yards. Where the hell you been? Where the hell you been? Look fantastic. But at the end of the day, I'm not very high on the Panthers.
But could I just say something before JD goes? You buried the lead. You did not even talk about the best person from this game. And it wasn't on the field, boys. It was in the booth.
Unbelievable.
Because
Unbelievable.
the Panthers announcer, who is also the Hornets announcer, I'm forgetting his name, Eric Collins.
Eric Collins. Jefe, I posted a video. Go to my page right now.
Let me tell you, guys, how is this man not on national television? I need him announcing everything.
I have a thought.
He is too talented to be the goddamn Hornets announcer day in, day out. I need him on national television for NBA. And after yesterday, I need him on national television for football.
Here's my idea. Here's my idea. And I tweeted, by the way, if you want to see what we're talking about, go to my page at AlphaDog Bets. I tweeted a video of his best calls from yesterday, and I put the most electrifying announcer in pro sports. Click the video. It's pretty remarkable. Jefe, JD, what do you think? Scott Hansen's time's up. It's up. I need Eric Collins as the host of Red Zone. Can you imagine all day, every big clip, him going berserk? That'd be awesome. At least give me an alternate version of Red Zone with him. I love you, Scott. Don't get me wrong, Scott. But you are not Eric Collins, my friend. You are not. JD, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, man. Carolina Panthers. Somebody who lives here. I mean, at this point, just getting wins is a cool thing to see. But this franchise, we had for years now, haven't had a lot to really, root for. But I loved what Jefe said. Carolina Panthers. They're going somewhere. We don't know where they're going, but they're going somewhere. I actually really do like what the team is starting to show now. They do have some pieces, and it's starting to gel. I actually guess is the right word. Especially at home, I would like to see them do a little more of that on the road. But actually, like you said, the Dolphins, though, is that really a big win? No. For actually Carolina, I mean, kind of yes, because like I said, just getting wins is actually a good thing. But yeah, man, that is all I really have there.
Jefe, any thoughts on Eric Collins before we keep it rolling?
Nah, man, I told my stuff. I think he's amazing, and I think it's only a matter of time till we see him nationally because I think it's really fun to have an announcer who clearly enjoys what he's doing. And
I just retweeted it, by the way, guys.
And it makes you really actually want to watch games that maybe you wouldn't be interested in because of his calls. I think it's awesome.
A little NHL update from our guy
That
Nick.
is wild, but Kaprizov deal with the Wild was necessary. He is their whole freaking team. Not to say McDavid isn't, but at least McDavid has Draisaitl.
There you go.
One other thing, and actually, I'm really glad that actually Nick stopped by in the chat this afternoon. After this show, there's going to be a NHL season preview video dropping that has myself and actually Mr. Nick there. We actually give out a bunch of good plays. So yeah, be on the lookout for that.
Very cool. Looking forward to seeing
boys.
that.
4 more games, and I don't know how to not talk about these 4 more games because there's something to talk about from each of them. Let's start off with, this game was awesome. This game was so awesome. Bucks Seahawks. I want to start off with saying I am so impressed with both of these guys. And I know Darnold made a bad mistake late in the game, but I am really impressed with both of these guys. And these guys deserve everything they're getting.
Don't feel the same.
No, dude, come on. Like Darnold's not shitting the bed for the Hawks.
Every big fucking moment of this guy's career, there's never been a big moment where he's stepped up, and nothing epitomized that more than the absolutely catastrophic throw he decided to make with his last throw of the game. It's what he does. It's what he does.
341, 4 touchdowns and an interception. He was 28 of 34. There were 6 incompletions. What are you talking about?
Did you see the final throw? Did you see his final throw?
Yes,
It was awful. It was awful.
You are tripping to say that he's not playing well. You want me
But
to
if he
read that
did,
for you again?
I get it. But if he didn't do this in every big fucking moment of his career, I would say, yeah, he played a great game, bad decision, outlier. It always happens with him. JD, what are your thoughts?
Well, I don't think that was really even on him. Like that wasn't really that bad of a throw.
Bad. That was such a bad throw. I disagree completely. He put it in harm's way at a terrible time, and he always does it.
Guys, for the sake of time, we still have MLB and Monday Night Football to go through. We cannot have this discussion.
I could be here on all day. I clear my schedule.
I want to talk about the Bucks for a second. Before we get into Baker,
before you do, did you see Rob Gronkowski try and pronounce Emeka Egbuka?
Yeah, it's hilarious. Please,
it's so funny. It's so funny.
Speaking of that guy, it's over. It's officially over. I don't even know what to say. He's the greatest Ohio State wide receiver I have seen out of this crop. I'm sorry, I'm saying it right now. He's better than Marv. He's better than Garrett Wilson. JSN is right there with him, but he's better than JSN. He went for 163 freaking receiving yards on 7 catches. The man is an enigma, and when they get Mike Evans back, I don't know how opposing defenses guard 3 great wide receivers and a tight end who, by the way, in Kate Otten is getting healthy and was Baker's safety net last year. This is a really good team. Also, Rashad White did pretty damn well in the backup role yesterday. When Bucky gets back, they're loaded. But let's get back to Baker. There's a lot of I love Baker. He played a great game, 29 of 33, 4 incompletions, 2 touchdowns, no mistakes. And there's a lot of talk about taking Baker for MVP. And I really think that, and my buddy Dan said this in a chat that me and Alpha were in yesterday. If that's the way you want to take it, your better odds are to take the Bucks to win the NFC, be the number 1 seed. That is the better way to gamble this. Because those 2 things to me are synonymous. Baker doesn't win MVP if the Bucks aren't 1. If you look at the NFC right now, the Bucks are right there. They're right there. They're tied for the best record. Obviously, there's no more unbeatens left. Nick, I'm not saying JSN is not elite, that he's not a top 5. What top 5 is rough? Actually, he's not a top 5.
He's not
a top 5. But
top 10,
right
yes, not top 5.
And there is no
in my
leaderboard that you're stacking up right now, or you're not putting a Buka right there with JSN. It's just you can't. You just.
The only issue I have with this Bucks team, and it's not an issue. They've really played no one. I mean, you take a look at their wins here.
Do you have an issue with how they've won?
No, I don't mind. I don't mind you being able to. And here comes my Giants fandom. When the Giants won the Super Bowl with Eli both years, they won it every single game those years by a 1-score game. You need to have a quarterback who could win you the game. When the game is on the line, Baker has proven he could win the game every single time. So for me, that doesn't bother me because because he's been fantastic. But looking at their schedule, they beat the Falcons. Does anyone really believe the Falcons? It was week 1. Then they beat the Texans. We know what the Texans have been. Then they barely escaped the Jets. We know what the fucking Jets are. Then they had that monstrosity game against the Eagles that they definitively should have won. Then yesterday, I think, was their best win of the year. But I need to see them play some better games. I need to see it consistently because the issue with this Bucs team is that their offensive line has been fully decimated. They have no offensive line. So I want to see what they look like against some really good defenses, and we just haven't so far. You know what I mean? Like, the Seahawks are decent. I wouldn't say they're a great defense, by you know what I mean? What's the breaking news?
I'm sorry. Mark Sanchez charged with a felony and is facing 1 to 6 years.
Yeah, that happened about we were talking about pre-show. That did happen a while ago. Mark Sanchez is in big trouble. Yeah, if you haven't seen the video yet, I'd recommend going on X and looking up the chief of police of Indianapolis, who read basically saying, we're going after this guy. I don't care if you're famous. I don't care if you're from Fox. I don't care if you're a former quarterback. If you commit some brutal crimes and you do wrong, we're going to prosecute you to the full extent. Once we saw that video came out, we knew Mark Sanchez was pretty fucked. I don't think we'll see him on TV going forward. That's my take on the Mark Sanchez development.
All right, JD, Bucks, talk to us.
Alpha, to what you were saying about the Bucks, though, what you said, doesn't that make you like them a little more, though, since they are still finding a way to get it done when they're not at their, like they don't have like all their guys, and they're still finding ways to get it done.
I don't take a positive of any team beating the New York Jets. Going to be honest, I don't. Like, a 2-point win over the Jets is not something I would be excited about. You know what I mean? Like, no. And I was excited about their win yesterday. Very resilient, very nice win. They did a great job yesterday, but I need to see it from a couple more.
The Bucks have a gauntlet of a schedule coming up.
They had the easy part.
49ers at home this week. Who say what you want, guys? They're still 4-1. Week after that, Lions in Detroit. That's a really tough place to play. Then 2 games against the Saints and the Patriots. Then they go to Buffalo. We're going to learn a lot about Tampa Bay in the next 4 to 6 weeks. A lot. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Let's move on to a game that I didn't think we would be talking about, but absolutely must be spoken about. I'm gonna go start here. Cardinals, Titans. I don't want to talk anything about the Titans. Congrats to them. How much longer? How many more times? How many times do we have to see a NFL player who gets paid millions of dollars mess up a handoff, a gift wrapped touchdown because they want to drop the ball before the end zone? I am so disgusted at this. First of all, back-to-back weeks is ridiculous. What's the point? What's the play? What's going on in your mind? And there's a video going on of Jonathan Gannon.
I was going to bring that up.
Ripping DeMarcado apart on the sideline. And finally, I better not see this man get any flack for that. DeMarcado deserved for Jonathan Gannon to look at him and be like, give me the jersey off your back right now. Take it off and give it back to me right now. That set off a string of events that I've never seen a team go down like this in my life. Because fine, you don't get that touchdown. The Titans go right down the field and score a touchdown. Then 3 and out. Then the Titans go right down the field again. And one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life happened. An interception where the defense fumbled.
That was wild.
The Titans got a touchdown. That was wild. But you knew in that moment, the Titans won that game.
Yeah, I mean, peeling back the curtain, we were watching the game together yesterday, and we both looked at each other immediately and said, oh, the Titans are winning. We're going to call this the Amari DeMarcado game. The minute he fumbled, even before that touchdown, we were all saying this is going to be. We know how this ends because the football gods don't like it when you do that. And it tends to bite you in the ass. Embarrassing. This has to stop, and I don't know why it's even a thing. I have no idea why dropping the ball when you're even in your thought process that could happen. Just hold on to the ball. Can I tell you one more thing?
After you cross the goal line, it makes no sense.
Let me tell you one more thing. Amari DeMarcado received the ball 3 times yesterday. He had 3 carries for 81 yards, and one of those 3 carries was the one that he decided to not hold the ball onto the ball until when he crossed the goal line. I'm with you. I don't comprehend how we keep seeing this. Like, something has to happen. This has to stop. It is such bad product. It is such bad football. And it's not something we've seen historically, right? I think we're all 30-plus years lifelong football fans, right? Up until the last 5 or 6 years, is this something you remember happening every week, every other week, something we saw all the time? Just think a little bit. Just try to think a little bit. JD, over to you. Thoughts on it?
Yeah, man. I'm going to try not to get too far into this because I get really fired up over this.
Yeah, if you're in the Discord, you saw his comments last night.
I was about to say, if you want to see it all, you can go into the Discord and see it. I used some words that I probably shouldn't have used. I
never heard you say those words either. That was interesting. Never.
Going to use some words that I'm not going to use on here. But I'll do a dumbed down version. Is how fucking stupid are these guys? Like it just blows my mind. Like Jefe was saying, what is the point? Are you trying to look cool? Like what are you doing? Like I don't understand it. Like something needs to be happening. Like teams, like they should be holding back game checks. They should something should be happening.
I mean that's illegal. That's illegal.
No,
there needs to be a way to do so. Like DiMarcardo should not dress next week. You're a fifth string running back that finally got his opportunity because Benson's out and so is James Conner. And you get your moment. You get an easy walk-in touchdown. You didn't earn that touchdown. The offensive line created a hole large enough that JD, you could have made it 80 yards down the field, down the middle of that hole.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Anyone could have made it down that hole.
It wasn't just a small run. It was a fucking 70-yard run, touchdown run. And that was going to be your moment. Like that was his moment. That was his moment. But now it's
I literally
now it's his moment for a bad reason.
You will always be remembered. And I'm going to give credit to Cam Newton because I was watching First Take this morning with Cam Newton. He was on the show. Amari DiMarcardo will forever be remembered as the guy who did that. He will never get that stigma. He will never get rid of it. He's not good enough to be a starter in the league. His career will be remembered now because of that moment. And unfortunately, I agreed 100% with what Cam said on that.
You know, it was I can't believe it. We're here again another week where we're talking about
we just did this.
This ridiculous situation.
Jefe, I will say this is totally different than what we saw from Adonai Mitchell last week. This is what we were talking about, how Adonai Mitchell, I don't believe, was showboating. This is 7,800 times worse than what Adonai Mitchell did. I will put it that way. This is the worst one.
It's way worse. It is way worse because he just had to keep running. He was there. It was over. It was right there.
I've never seen him do it forwards too. Like he flipped it.
I don't.
I never seen that.
Whatever. We talk about this forever. All right, guys. 2 more games.
JD, answer this question before we move
on. Yeah, man. There's links. As far as on the MDM page here, if you go to the bio, there's definitely a link there. We post the link and actually like tweets about every other day, and then as far as YouTube, if you're on there, link to the Discord is right below us here.
Yep, easy to find. All right, back to you, Jefe. I apologize.
Lions, Bengals. Lions good. Bengals generationally bad. I don't know how many more weeks we're gonna come on here, and I'm gonna start the sentence with, "How can they keep running Jake Browning out there?"
Yep.
And yet every single week they just keep running him out there. And Alpha was the one we were watching together. He was the one who a little bit through that game looked at me and said, he's going to get Zach Taylor fired.
I've been saying it for 2 years. And I've been saying he should be fired anyway.
At this point, I don't know. I don't think you can keep saving his job because of the sentence. Yeah, but Joe Burrow.
It happens every year.
And I get it. Detroit is a really good offense. And we already know that Cincinnati was not a good defense. That's not the situation here. But Jake Browning threw a pick yesterday to Kirby Joseph, who, by the way, is not getting enough love for being one of the best cornerbacks in the league. And so especially safety, but especially interception-wise.
He's the GOAT right now. He's the best right now in the game.
Jake Browning threw a pick to him that Kirby Joseph just ran the route, and it was a perfect throw to Kirby Joseph.
What a bad throw that was. Yeah. And quickly, Jefe, let me jump in here and give you the stats on Browning because it'll just give a little more points to what you're saying. Jake Browning has 6 passing touchdowns in the year. Not bad, right? Tied for 19th. He has 8 interceptions, guys. He has a 36.3 QBR. That's dead last in the NFL. 8 interceptions in, 3 games? That's about 3 a game, 2.25 or 2.33 picks per game. How do you keep letting this happen? How do you keep trotting him out here? How can you allow this guy to continuously just fuck your season? I've been coming on here every week and saying they need to trade for Russell Wilson. Get it done.
We literally talked about this for almost a half hour 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago now.
Yep.
We had a long conversation about all the people that they could go and get. And
it's unbelievable that this is still a topic. It really is.
So it's like they have time. I mean, they can make this be a thing. Like they can go out and get multiple different guys right now. So the fact that they still have it, to me, is crazy. And like Jefe saying, the fact that we're still talking about this is just wild to me. But also, just to finish up for myself really quick on this game, the books, I have to thank them. They were so nice to us yesterday, giving us the Lions first half -6. What was that line?
Yeah.
That was such a gift. That was a nice, easy client play. I also gave that out in the gave that out in the Discord. So if you haven't clicked that Discord link yet, go ahead and do it. But yeah, guys, that line was it actually scared me because I was like, this seems like such a gift. Like it's one of those that you're afraid to bet because you're like, what do I not know?
Let me tell you something, JD. How many carries do you think Chase Brown got in the game?
How many carries?
Let's go over the numbers of what the Bengals offense minus a starting quarterback with a good running back. Let's go over what they did. How many carries do you think Chase Brown, the star running back, had?
I'm going to guess 9.
8. Yeah. The leading rusher was Jake Browning with 4 carries for 31 yards. They let Jake Browning drop back and throw the ball 40 fucking times. 40 fuck. Granted, I know they were down big in the second half. It was 14-3 at halftime. In that span in the first half, all they did was throw the fucking ball and make it worse and worse. Zach Taylor, to me, has to go. I said it last year as well. Not a big fan of Zach Taylor. I think he does a terrible job with this team. They have way too much talent on the offensive side to continuously miss the playoffs and be as bad as they are. Also, their general manager is probably the worst I've ever seen in professional sports. How they signed T. Higgins to that deal when they already had Jamar Chase. JD, I don't know if I said it on this show, but the way that I believe you construct an NFL team is that you do not pay a wide receiver that type of money, Jamar Chase money, until you have an offensive line that can handle that type of offense. And on top of it, they basically doubled that by signing T. Higgins to that deal as well, while never addressing the offensive line. To me, that's malpractice in the office. That's malpractice in the workplace. That is just such a bad way to build your organization. I can't say it enough that you have to build from the trenches out. Like, I get it. You drafted well. You hit some home runs on a couple players. You got Joe Burrow. You got Jamar Chase. But you can't be paying all these receivers when you don't have an offensive line that can hold up for more than 3 seconds. It is terrible. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man. This is another thing I actually believe we talked about this in actually week 2 or 3. But yeah, I mean, it's as simple as what you just said. If you don't have the offensive line to hold up, to be able to get the ball to them, paying those receivers, that's just yes. Exactly what Jefe said there. I don't understand between the defense. I mean, because the defense is also like,
and they also put no money there either.
Whatsoever. So between the defense and then actually the offensive line, I don't care who you have playing where. Besides that, like you're not going to win games. So.
Nick, this isn't going to happen. I've been coming on here telling everyone. People keep messaging like, "Oh, the Giants are going to trade Jameis isn't for sale." Jameis is developing as a leader with Jackson Dart. Jameis was signed to a 2-year deal for a reason. The Giants want him around for the first 2 years of Jackson Dart's career. I think that's fair. I'm fairly confident they're not going to move him. But Russell Wilson is a guy who's going to get moved, in my opinion. I think he's a huge upgrade over Browning. I mean, the moon ball to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins will help this team a ton.
Yeah.
Is Russell Wilson any good at this point of his career? No. But is he a serviceable veteran that if he has a couple of good receivers, he can make some deep throws to help them win games? Yes. Is he significantly better than what they're trotting out right now with Jake Browning? Yes. Yes. I don't think Jameis gets traded. I think the Giants have him for a high contract for a 2-year deal for a reason, and that's because of his relationship with Jackson Dart and what he means to the Giants organization, being another leadership figure. So I don't think Jameis gets moved, but Russell Wilson on the Giants staff is somebody, or on the Giants roster, I could definitely see getting moved.
Valid points, fellas. Valid points. All right, last game of the week to speak over. Sunday Night Football, Bills Patriots. I mean, I'm impressed. Drake May went in there. Drake May went and made big boy plays. Led the team pretty much all night, especially in the late fourth quarter down the field. Got them in position to win the game with a field goal. Josh Allen and the team and the Bills, honestly, were not at their best. I'll be honest with you. Two fumbles, one by Coleman, one by Allen. Josh also threw a pick. James Cook really never got involved in the game plan either. Kudos to the Patriots defense. I guess we got to make this quick. I'm gonna just ask you guys a question: Are the Patriots for real? Because I'm not really worried about the Bills at all.
Define real. Do I think they have a good core and they're going to be competing in the next couple of years with a very good young quarterback prospect? Yes. Do I think they're real for this week? Not really. For this year? Do I think they're going to be competing? Not really. But do I think they have a good core, good coaching staff they brought in, and players? I like the moves that they've made. Absolutely. Give this team 2-3 years.
Tell they have a complete culture shift. Just a
Correct.
Complete culture. Exactly what hasn't happened for the Jets is exactly what has happened for the Patriots. You could see the immediate culture shift by bringing Vrabel in.
Jefe, looks like we have a comment. Connie saying, "Why are we skipping the Chargers?" Let's quickly touch on it.
Sure. Chargers, Commanders. Chargers looked really rough.
27-0 run. The Chargers are up 10-0, 27-0 run.
I think Justin Herbert looks great. I think Keenan looks great. I think their offense looks okay. But on defense, they struggled. But I got to give kudos to not just Jaden Daniels, but Deebo Samuel, who a lot of people were like, yeah, whatever, 49ers, trade him away, cast away, he's old, he's out of shape. Boy doesn't look old. Boy does not look out of shape. He looks like a bona fide stud for that team.
Yep. I could not agree more. Not much to say about this game. The Commanders came in with a good game plan. They played very well. The Chargers maybe aren't as good as everybody thought for the first 3 weeks. I think that's the biggest takeaway. Either the Giants broke them, which I don't believe to be the case, or their offensive line is too battered for them to really compete. Let's be honest here. They lost Joe Alt. He hasn't been there. Who is their other? Rashawn Slater, one of the best linemen in football, also out for the year. They're missing a lot of guys on the offensive line. Then they lost their, not bell cow, but their veteran running back to kind of help with Amari and Hampton, and a guy who was in big spots.
Amari and Hampton walking out of a boot last
and
time.
Amari and Hampton left with an injury as well. The one thing I will say is Keenan Allen. I mean, turn back the clock. Looking like Keenan Allen of 3 years ago. Not looking like the Keenan Allen we saw on the Bears last year. But I don't think this Chargers team is as bad as they've played the last 2 weeks. I just think they need to get a couple of guys back from injury, and they'll be performing well again. They're a team I'm still very high on. I still think they'll make the playoffs, but they had a bad game. That's my take on this one. JD, before we move on?
Yeah, man, I'm pretty much the same way there. That was simply just a bad game. Am I one of those guys that is super crazy high on the Chargers? No. Do I think the Chargers are a very solid team? Yes.
My thoughts too.
I think I actually like that they lost because the value that we're going to be able to get on them now going forward. I actually like that. But yeah, like I said, to me, they're not this great world, beater team that actually some people think they are. But I definitely think that they are a good, solid team, though. Yes.
I agree. Anything from you, Jefe, before we keep it rolling?
Nope. That's it, fellas. I think that does it for our Week 5 NFL recap. But I'll let one of you guys take over because we do have 2 NLDS games and we got a huge Monday Night Football game.
One other thing, as far as the Bills and the Pats game, I'm mad at myself because I came on the show Friday and I said I like the Pats. Matter of fact, I said the Pats
play of the week, right?
Even had a chance to actually upset here.
You were right.
I said all those things, and I gave out a big play on the over. That's how it goes. The Patriots did basically what I thought they were going to do, and the Bills didn't, especially in the first half. That first half was rough. There was so many penalties. I mean, it was just things you normally don't see from the Bills.
Yep.
That first half, I don't know what it was, but they just weren't all there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, it definitely sucks that I actually lost that, but I definitely wish that I would have went heavier on the Patriots side, which is what I had talked about. But anyway.
As somebody who was on the Patriots, I enjoyed how that game did play out. I won't lie. And one more quick thing we do have to touch on, the revenge game from Stephon Diggs. What a performance. 10 catches,
Yes.
148 yards. He was all over the field. And what we're hearing about Stephon Diggs is he's really changed kind of the person he is around the team. He used to be kind of a locker room issue. He used to be wanting out of different locations. Now it seems like he's actually a leader. So nice to see the development of Stephon Diggs. It's good to see a guy really get his stuff together and turn a couple bad seasons, a big injury into he's back and playing well. So it's good to see Stephon playing like that.
Agreed. Big game for him. Need to see him keep it up though, because yesterday he kind of had, all eyes on him type of environment. I want to see that type of performance at a 1:00 game where it's not on national TV, where it's not like a revenge game. But
good for the Pats, 3-2, 3-2.
Yep. No. Props and just a little bit touching on the Bills. Not worried about them at all. They weren't going to go unbeaten. Bad night for them on uncharacteristic turnovers and uncharacteristic ability to make headwinds in the run game.
Are you worried that they don't have any receivers?
No, on the contrary. I think they have so many options that it's really hard to cover. And I think it'll just get better and better as Josh Allen builds continuity with his newcomers like Curtis Samuel, like a Joshua Palmer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I know that I'm the Bills backer on the show, but you guys would tell me I'm not worried about the Bills.
I know you're not.
They're totally fine.
Yeah, as far as the Bills, they're actually still my number one ranked team. And then we have the Lions right there close to them, but the Bills are definitely still my clear number one ranked team.
So wait, JD, you never answered the question.
What's the question?
Right now, let me scroll down here.
Oh boy.
Super Bowl.
Plus 15,000. At least plus 15,000.
Yeah.
No, 15,000.
They are 1,500. They are plus 1,500. The Baltimore Ravens are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the seventh shortest odds to win it. JD, for another week.
I have never seen a team that I was so high on, like loved this team so much. I mean, the amount of injuries that they have had to key players.
Oh my God!
This is what happens.
Lamar Jackson just took out JD. He didn't want to hear it.
This is what happens. You bring up this stuff. I said, don't bring it up on camera. JD's gonna get upset.
Oh my God!
And now he just left. And
that
now
was crazy. He's back in the side.
I don't know what happened there.
We thought Lamar Jackson took you out.
No,
we thought you spent so much money on Ravens Super Bowls that you didn't pay the electricity bill.
Yeah. Man. But yeah, I think what I was saying in the middle of saying was I've never been so high on such a team, and then just that team's got decimated so fast.
Yeah, they really did. There's no denying that.
I mean, yeah, there's just no way. I mean, there's obviously no way that you can touch the Ravens, and actually any way currently. But yeah, that's just crazy because before the season started, this was obviously was my team, and yeah, they're just.
David, I meant to click this one, then I saw a 3-paragraph message from David. David, I'll go through that in 1 second here. Thomas, I gotta know.
I couldn't have paid much.
What did you
$2 DraftKings credit?
If you put in like $100, what did they offer you on this type of payout that you accepted? Was it 1/5 of it? So let's say $20. Is that? Because I can't say it being more than that. David has his parlay of the day. We haven't gone into today's games yet, but before we do, you can take a look here.
Through millions of lines of data, 74% probability.
There's a lot going on.
Oh gosh,
a lot going on. David is the AI master now. New little thing we've learned about David. So very cool, very cool. We hope you catch that, brother.
There's Thomas saying that he got $35.
Hey,
Thomas, hold those tickets, brother. Don't sell that for $35.
All right, guys. I mean, let's move into Monday Night Football today, shall we? Since we're still.
We want to go football first, then we'll do MLB. JD,
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
To peel back the curtain, JD, you're the president of all presidents. You are the final decision maker. Is that what you're looking to do?
Yeah, man. Like we
no. I didn't do the thing. I got to scroll quite a bit to do the thing, and here we go. JD, that was wild that you attempted to do that. I appreciate it.
Fast.
I appreciate it. We're going to the Chiefs. We're going to the Jaguars. Jefe in our pick'em this week has the Jaguars money line, so we're going to start with you.
Yeah, guys. I mean, I think this might be a Jag spot. My official play is going to be Jags with the points, 3.5. Love that we're getting the hook here. And this is going to be a weird one, guys. And while I have no data, reason to say what I'm about to say, There was no reason for the Titans to win that game yesterday. There was no data that showed you that the Patriots win that game yesterday, and onwards and onwards and onwards. I think today is the day that we see Travis Hunter get a touchdown.
Okay.
And that's what I'm rolling with. I'm taking Travis Hunter anytime touchdown as my prop, and I'm taking the Jags plus 3.5. Can I see KC winning this game? Absolutely, I can. But I see this as a close one and a good game. And a lot of people are sleeping on the Jags. They're 3-1. They've actually had some good wins, and this is their time to show it.
Question: do you think we're going to see Xavier Worthy? We know he got downgraded yesterday
I
to
do
questionable
not.
for being probable. So, like, are we targeting maybe you'd have to do it now, but maybe like a little Hollywood Brown action for a touchdown?
That's a good. It's definitely the play to go to. I mean, Juju obviously also there.
He's been great, Juju,
and he's been pretty solid for them. But that's just you're gambling on an injury. I'm not even going to look at it that way. For me, we're going to have the Jags side here, and this is their time. This is Monday Night Football, their first national game. The Chiefs are the most polarizing, shield right now in sports in the NFL. A lot of eyes on this game. It's the Jags' time to prove it. They belong.
20.5 is the team total over, Nick. 20.5 for the Jaguars, juiced on the under. JD, thoughts?
There's no way I could be on the Jags here.
You don't like primetime Trevor Lawrence, bro?
I mean, the Jags, they have the most dropped balls of actually any team in the NFL. As far as deep balls with actually Trevor, I believe he's actually completed one this entire through 4 weeks. My main thing here is the Jags defense. Been hearing a lot of people are like, this Jags defense is good. They are fresh and real. And I just don't think so, guys. I think we're going to see tonight and then as some weeks going forward here that this Jags defense is actually not very good. And I think the Chiefs will be able to put up points here. I really want to see as far as actually Worthy. Does anybody know for sure if he's out?
No, JD. If we knew for sure, that would be fantastic news. But there's no way we're going to get that until tonight.
As far as their team total overs, that's what I would love to take here because they are set very low. You can get a first half Chiefs team total, I believe, at 12.5. I think that is too low. I believe their full game team total overs at 23.5 or either 24.5. I do think that is too low. As far as the Chiefs, as far as the money line, I am already on there. There was a DraftKings boost, a special boost that I sent out to y'all fellas, and I sent it out to I believe I sent it out to the Discord also there. And I did use that boost on the Chiefs here to a night. So I am already on them to just actually win the game. But for official plays, I am looking at a team total over in some way. I'm still not sure if it's going to be first half or the full game. But I do think that as far as those numbers are a little too low. I would have to lean Chiefs on the side. Just by my numbers, do I see a big edge there? No. So if you're taking the Jags side, I mean, just from the number, I can see it. But no, to me, it would still be Chiefs here. And I'm not a big Chiefs guy. Like everybody knows that. Like I don't back the Chiefs much. So
let me remind you guys that this Jaguars team lost by 4 to the Bengals with Jake Browning at quarterback, who led a big second half comeback. Let me just put that out there. Jake Browning led a big comeback against this Jaguars defense. I'm going to be on the Chiefs side here, and then I am on one player prop. Jefe, I need your thoughts on this. There's a running back on the Jacksonville Jaguars that's having a decent year. Not enough people are talking about Byshul Tootin. So at plus 420, I don't mind the value on Byshul to find the end zone. What are your thoughts?
2 times.
I do like that. He's
2 times is a bit insane. I will have a ticket. I will still have the ticket. By the way, let me tell everyone out there. I had a 2x2 yesterday that was $10 to win $14,000. Evan Ingram and Dallas Goedert. They each scored 1 early in the second quarter. JD, let me tell you something. I was ready. I was so ready to get they were giving me a cash out of $600 in the first half. It was a $14,000 payout, I believe. That would have been fun. That would have been fun. That would have been fun. All right, boys. Anything else you want to add on the Monday Night Football game before we jump into a little MLB playoffs?
Yeah, just one other thing, super quick. Tonight, 8:00. live line right there. It will be me on there along with some other guests. I believe we're also going to have a new guest there that actually like we've actually never had before. So
Very cool.
yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun time.
Love to hear it. We'll all be tuning in for that. All right. You guys ready to go into a little MLB?
Let's do it.
MLB. First game. Today's obviously. Sorry, JD, you missed it a little bit.
I was trying.
We're going back to the NLDS. We got both games here in the NLDS today. First game, we have the Dodgers, we have the Phillies. Pitching for the Dodgers, Blakey Snell. 1-0 in the postseason, 2.5 ERA in his first start. Going up against JD's guy, Jesus. Jesus Luzardo pitching for the Phillies. Now, my one question to both of you before we get into the nitty-gritty. Did the Phillies blow their opportunity to take out the Giants? It's very – by the Giants, I mean the Dodgers, the giant team that is still in the postseason. And for me, I think they blew their shot having a 3-0 lead and losing. Jefe, we're going to go to you. What are your thoughts?
Real simply, I'm taking the Phillies on the money line here. They have, to me, the best home stadium advantage right now. Fans got to show up. Phillies got to show up. Jesus Luzardo's got to show up. Bats got to show up. Bullpen's got to be strong. The Phillies know this is humongous. Can't go down 2-0 back to LA. Give me the Phillies on the money line.
Short and sweet. Phillies on the money line. JD.
As far as your question, Alpha, yes.
Quickly, we have 1,776 people in here. Shout out America. Shout out America. Please continue.
Shout out America. Definitely. Yes, as far as game one, yes. They needed that game. That was their guy, and that was a loss for them. We've been talking about it. I know it's not, as far as a handicap, it's very simple, but the Dodgers, they are that team. They are a different postseason team. I know that's very simple. I know there's not a lot behind that, but you just can't. You just have to know that, and you just have to agree with that. And tonight, they're out there throwing Blake Snell, man. Blake Snell has been nasty. Absolutely nasty. He had that start. His last start, what did he go? 7 innings, and he actually struck out 9.
Yep. Only gave up 4 hits with 1 walk, struck out 9, and he had a whip of 0.71.
Yeah. As far as his career postseason stats are definitely not bad either. Especially with how much he's actually pitched. He's overall win actually loss record is 5-3, and he has an ERA of 3.23 and then a whip of 1.19. Those are solid. Honestly, he is pitching currently better than those though.
Yeah.
And then as far as actually our guy Jesus on the other side, everybody knows. He's been good. He's had a great year. I'll take nothing from that. But the Phillies have backed him up with their bats, actually, a lot. This actually season. As far as his career in the actual postseason, Jesus is 0-2 with a 6.14 ERA and a 1.64 WHIP.
Yeah.
I don't really have to, explain those to people. Those numbers are not very good.
Nope.
And he gets the Dodgers lineup tonight that is hitting well. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Blake Snell, people are probably going to say, well, as far as actually Blake Snell's actually road numbers, they haven't actually been actually as good. And no, they have not been as good, but they haven't been bad. But you also have to remember that he didn't pitch on the road much because he didn't play most of this year. So those road numbers are not. It's not really the same, if that makes sense. But also, as far as actually Jesus goes, I do have to talk about that. As far as his home numbers are actually worse. He's actually one of those pitchers that is better on the road. Sorry, I just read something, guys. That threw me off. Yeah, guys, to me, this still seems like a Dodger spot. This is another one I haven't bet yet. I don't know if I'm going to go first 5 or if I'm going to go full game. But why I'm still thinking the only reason why that is holding me off a full game is just because of kind of I think where like Jefe was kind of going there was like this is a Phillies like must win spot. But
Yep.
when you look
Yeah,
at
the
it,
Yankees were just there too. How did that
they
go?
were-
I looked
right.
up and it was 12-0. So
As far as actually Jesus goes, okay, listen. He's one of those guys that his actually batting average against gets extremely worse when he sees the lineup the second and then third time through. Like, I mean, extremely worse. The Phillies, I think, have to get a start out of him, though, because their bullpen is not that great. So, to me, I think the Dodgers are going to be able to get to whoever's out there. Is either they keep him out there or either if he's out early, then that's really bad because actually that means they've already gotten so much runs and then now they're in the bullpen for the rest of the game. To me, everything here is still Dodgers. Maybe as far as their team total over, I've honestly not actually looked at that price, but the more I just was talking that out, the team total over may actually make sense also because it's probably at 3.5. So yeah, to me, it is still a Dodgers in some way. I just haven't decided on which way I'm going to do it. But it's probably either a money line play or either a team total over play.
absolutely. One quick question for the two of you guys. Any homer props you're looking at here? The people love homer props. I'm going to give mine quickly. You know I am on the Phillies in the spot. I do think they get the win. The guy I'm taking to go yard, plus 700. Alec Bohm. That's going to be my chance of taking today. Lefty-righty matchup. Give me Alec Bohm.
Mr. and Mrs. Eric Dolan. Very good.
Eric Dolan.
Eric Nolan. Sorry. Is it Dolan or Nolan?
Aaron. Not
Aaron.
Eric. So you're saying
Aaron.
Eric is married to Alec. That is not the case.
Aaron Dolan.
Aaron
Got it.
Dolan. Either of you like a homer prop? Plus 700. No. Okay. Any of you like a pitcher prop? Any of you like a stolen base prop?
What is the Jesus outs?
That's what you want? Okay, hold on.
Oh,
Pitcher prop. I'm just teasing you, bro. That's K's. I was like, it can't be 6.5. Outs recorded Luzardo 15.5. Holy shit, take the under. He's gonna have such a short leash.
I was about to say I am going to go under there.
Can I say something? You know how fucking nice it would be for the Yankees to have anyone like this? Just anyone.
To just
do
like
anything.
falling
Just
out.
do something. Just do something. I digress. We move on to game 2. Game 2. We got the Cubs. We got JD's Brewers. You see the hat. You see the good-looking man wearing the hat. And we're only going to start with you, Mr. Good-looking man in the hat. We got Shota Imanaga, your guy, pitching for the Cubbies. And we got Aaron Ashby, nobody's guy, pitching for the Brewers. What do you got?
Shota, yeah, he is my guy. Everybody knows that he is somebody who I like to fade. Let me pull him up really quick. I mean, yeah, if you look to end the season, guys, he was getting smacked around, guys. I mean, like he was going 5 innings and actually giving up at least 3 runs in multiple starts. His last start of the regular season versus the Mets, he gave up 9 hits and actually 8 earned runs. We've actually talked about it. He's somebody that I'm looking to fade. As far as Ashby goes, he's not what I really want to talk about here because Ashby is not going to go long.
Has anybody ever wanted to talk about Andy Ashby ever?
Nope, they sure haven't.
Maybe
But he's going to be out there for a very short time. And guess who's coming in after him?
I'm wondering.
Does anybody know?
I think I do know, and it's going to piss me off when you say it.
I actually do know.
Is it going to be QP, quarter pounder with cheese?
Because he called me actually last night and told me, guys.
Quarter
It is
pounder
going
with
to
cheese called?
it is going to be our guy Quinn Priester.
Quarter
So
pounder.
Quinn Priester
Can
is
I ask before we move on? Why?
I hate this so much.
Well, why are they going with an opener? Can you explain it?
So much do I hate it.
No, I'm serious. Like,
No,
don't
I can't
understand.
fucking explain it. I get no.
They had the rest. This is their second game being played in, I don't know, like 5 days. Why are they going with an opener?
In
Can
2
you-
fucking
no,
weeks.
seriously.
In
Can
2
you
fucking
explain
weeks.
to
They
me?
had a bye. This is their second game in 2
No,
fucking
that's what I'm
weeks.
saying. So I don't understand.
I don't know either.
Quinn
They keep
Priester
doing
is a
this.
starting pitcher for 162 games in regular
Where's
season.
our guy? Where's our guy? Where is he? Our Quinn
Cubs
Priester
got
resident.
lefties at top. That's why opener. I don't understand.
He's good enough that you don't need to do that.
But hold on, Connie. That doesn't make sense to me. Do they only bat once?
I hate it. I hate it.
They're going to go back around.
Like
it doesn't make sense. So what are you trying to do in your mind? Limit the third time around for a lefty batter versus Quinn Priester, who's proving to be one of your best pitchers in the regular season. You're trying to only let him go through the lineup twice around. If you can get your opener to go, I don't know what, 2-3 innings. Why are you getting cute? And I also wonder, are they getting cute because they took game one? So this one is kind of like, I don't get it.
Wait, tomorrow's Prime Day?
Tomorrow is a big Prime Day, yes.
Wow, everyone know that. Little treat from the ATV boys. It's Prime Day.
I've been loading up on my cart for a minute. Yep. Okay. If you got something you want on Amazon, do not buy it today.
I ordered 4 things this morning. That's the only reason why I just saw it. Very happy about that. I apologize. Go ahead. Idiot.
Yeah, guys. As far as the numbers, I'm like sure that there's some numbers that show where this is a smart move.
No, it's not. Some analytical bullshit where people are making dumb, stupid fucking decisions to take quarter pounder with cheese out of his normal situation, what he's comfortable with, and doing it. I'm sorry, JD. I'll shut up now, but it's dumb. It's the Yankees. It's the Yankees trying to yank here, and it never works.
Do me a solid, for real. I've never been more serious than I am right now. Say the fucking Y word again today, and I'm coming over and we're fighting.
You want to hang out?
Okay? Do not even say that name today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck. May the force be with you, David.
Do me a favor. Send me over the email and the password. I'll
help out. I can help you hit the quota. JD.
I can double that.
But yeah, guys, this is basically an actual Quinn Priester start. I know it's not technically, but it basically is. Quinn Priester, this has actually been our cash cow, guys. Quinn Priester has single-handedly made us more than any other player in the entire league. What is it? 19 starts. I believe he's won 19 straight. Guys, we're not going to jump off of it now, but it's not just because of that. He is pitching great. I love how this Brewers team is just made up currently, and also as far as the Brewers actually bullpen, I just love what they have going on now. Everybody is ready to go.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love that. As far as the lineup, people were wondering, since they had those actual few days off, what is the lineup going to be? Well, they showed you the lineup is fine. They went out there against Boyd, and just like we said, Boyd shouldn't have been starting a game. We had been talking about how, as far as the innings pitched, Boyd had pitched more than actually he normally does, and his arm was just tired. We could see that through the end of the season. So why they threw him out there first, I have no idea.
No idea.
That made no sense, and they paid for it.
Yep.
They were actually out of that game before the game even got going.
Yep.
And to me, I'm on the Brewers as far as the series price. I actually got them at minus 116. I thought that number was very short. Against this Cubs team, the way these teams match up. I also bet on the Brewers in actually game 1. And guess what?
Me too.
And even though I have a series price on them, I'm going to do it again tonight, guys. I'm going back on the Brewers again here at minus 125. This is probably my favorite play of the night. I'm
the same boat. I'll keep it short and sweet because I do have to go to the bathroom in a minute. But yes, I am also on the Brewers on the money line here. FA, short and sweet.
Brew, crew, money, line, let's roll.
Do we bring the undefeated 3-way back? Because we never officially posted the last one, so because it wasn't posted, it was never official. Should we do it? You guys want to get it on today?
Bring the 3-way back. Let's bring the 3-way back.
JD, you got to do the thing. You got to do the thing. You got to do Yeah. Circle the wagon,
JD,
baby.
and by the way, get this thing ready because Nick's season opener in about 2 weeks, and this hand is going to get real fucking tired real fast.
We don't want to know what.
I mean, actually, just in a 3-way, it gets tired fast anyway.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to move on. And we're going to jump right into our best bets, guys. Everyone's favorite segment of the day. Best bets. JD. We talked about that.
Don't worry. We're just going to leave it going.
I don't know if it's going to work with the next thing, but we're going to go to JD's
Oh yeah, no. Let's
uncle
yeah,
/ David's best friend, cousin Derek.
FundedStake.io, the ultimate platform for sports traders looking to unlock their potential without risking their own money. We're here to help you transform your sports betting skills into a profitable and sustainable business. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Funded Stake gives you the tools and capital to scale your success. Here's how it works. 1. Choose your account. Pick an account size that fits your needs, starting from $1,000 all the way up to $50,000. Your journey starts here. 2. Take the challenge. Hit the profit target while sticking to our risk management rules. For example, with a $10,000 account, aim for $3,300 in profit, place a minimum of 25 sports bets, and maintain the required daily and total loss limits. 3. Get funded. Once you pass the challenge, we'll provide the capital for you to trade. You can keep up to 80% of your profits while we take on all the financial risks. At FundedStake.io, you'll benefit from a fully personalized dashboard where you can monitor your trades, track your challenge progress, and place real-time bets on all major sports leagues. Our platform is built for transparency, ease of use, and performance. With FundedStake.io, you can focus on winning and scaling your success while we cover the risks. No financial stress, just growth and profits. FundedStake.io. Bet smarter, scale faster, win bigger.
Bet smarter, scale faster.
Scale faster, win bigger.
Boom. All right. Well,
By the way,
JD.
we got to start doing it where Alpha starts it, JD gets the middle one, and I finish it.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Like, we can't ever, like, from now on, guys, come on, we're professionals.
Yep. Well, guys, we're just about to give our best bets for Funded Stake. But before we get into it, we do have to tell you about the Funded Stake deal that's still going on. They're giving you 30% off of a 10K challenge. That is the most they've ever given off a single challenge, but they are doing that specifically because we are in the middle of doing an actual 10K challenge, and it is not too late to join us. Use promo code ATB30 to get that 30% off. Fellas, I think it's time we go into a little best bets action here. Let me pull up Funded Stake. We're up, guys. Who would like to go first?
Peru Crew.
Guys, I really think we should just max out.
Just
here.
do it. Just do it.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, Brew Crew. So, 3-way.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we should just max that out there. Which actually for the 10K account size is actually $500. So we just put $500 on the Brew Crew.
There we go.
Do you guys even want to, I really think that we should just go with that one here.
Go with me. Let's do it. I think let's keep it short and sweet. That's what we're going with today.
Yep. I definitely like that one.
Alrighty, boys. Well, do we have anything else to add? It's been a very long show, but a very fun show. I always love the Monday show. Probably also my favorite of the week. Jefe, phenomenal job quarterbacking, as you always do. Fantastic work there. JD, with the expert analysis you always provide. Fantastic work there as well. Jefe, any parting words for the people before we get the fuck out of here today?
Guys, it's Monday. It's gonna be a long week of sports. We got baseball playoffs. We got Monday Night Football. We got a big Thursday Night Football game. College football has a matchup this Saturday that I don't even know how to contain myself because you got the Francisco's Fernandos and you got the Dante Moores and they're gonna clash and there's gonna be so many points scored and you got Sunday football and I'm just so excited about everything. But let's freaking go Jaguars.
JD.
Yeah, guys, it's going to be a big week. Just actually like Jefe said, there's a lot of action coming up. Let's make it a big week, guys. Not a good week. Good to great. Let's have a fucking great week, guys. Let's fucking win. Penn State sucks. See y'all tomorrow.
See y'all tomorrow. Peace out, everybody. Fire Red.